Long before dinosaurs ruled the Earth, our planet was already home to forgotten worlds. Giant creatures roamed alien landscapes, extreme climates shaped life itself, and evolution experimented with forms that today seem almost unimaginable. For hundreds of millions of years, Earth was ruled by beings that paved the way for everything that came after. This is the world before dinosaurs, a world strange, dangerous, and absolutely essential to the story of life. The age of giant arthropods. For a long time, the true rulers of the planet had no bones. They had exoskeletons. Giant insects filled the prehistoric skies. Dragonflies with wingspans as wide as modern birds hunted above dense, swampy forests. The atmosphere was rich in oxygen, allowing arthropods to grow to sizes never seen again. On the forest floor, colossal millipedes crawled slowly through thick vegetation and fallen trees. Some reached lengths comparable to small cars. These giants likely fed on primitive plants, fungi, and decaying organic matter, playing a crucial role in maintaining ancient ecosystems. But the largest predators of this era did not live only on land. The sea scorpions. In shallow seas and swamps, even greater threats emerged. Eurypterids, known as sea scorpions, were among the largest arthropods to ever exist. At first, they lived in the oceans, using broad, paddle-like limbs to glide through salty waters. Over time, some species adapted to rivers, deltas, and freshwater environments, and there they grew to terrifying sizes. The largest exceeded 2 meters in length. Agile and powerful predators, armed with massive claws capable of crushing their prey. For millions of years, sea scorpions stood near the top of Earth's food chains, ruling a planet unlike anything we know today. The first vertebrates on land. While giant arthropods dominated many environments, another group was taking its first steps onto land. Amphibians were among the earliest vertebrates to explore life beyond the water. Still dependent on water to reproduce, they lived close to swamps, lakes, and rivers. Among them was a particularly strange animal. Diplocaulus resembled a salamander, but possessed a bizarre, boomerang-shaped skull. This unusual shape may have helped cut through water currents, or even prevented predators from swallowing it whole. Diplocaulus fed on insects, gastropods, and small fish, hunting in shallow, murky waters. Despite their success, amphibians faced a critical limitation. Their eggs had no shells, and that bound them to water, restricting their expansion across the land. The amniote revolution. One silent innovation changed everything. The evolution of hard-shelled eggs allowed certain vertebrates to reproduce far from water. These animals became known as amniotes. Now, life could spread into dense forests, dry plains, and regions once unreachable. Lizard-like creatures began filling new ecological niches. This moment marked one of the most important turning points in the history of terrestrial life. The Earth would never be the same again. Pangaea, a changing planet. As life evolved, the planet itself was transforming. Earth's land masses slowly collided, forming a colossal supercontinent, Pangaea. Seaways closed, massive mountain ranges rose, coastlines shrank. As a result, the climate grew hotter and drier. Tropical forests and wetlands began to disappear. Yet paradoxically, these harsh conditions triggered an explosion of diversity on land. Life adapted or vanished. Permian forests and new life. Seed plants with woody trunks and large fronds thrived in oxygen-rich environments. Early relatives of grasshoppers and crickets leapt between branches and hanging vines. Permian beetles chewed through the decaying wood of dying trees. On the forest floor, primitive reptiles scurried beneath moss, fallen logs, and dense undergrowth. But these were not the greatest predators of this world. Dimetrodon, the false dinosaur. One of the most feared animals of this era is often mistaken for a dinosaur, but it was not. Dimetrodon was a massive synapsid, reaching up to 4.5 meters in length. Despite its reptilian appearance, it was more closely related to mammals than to dinosaurs. Its most striking feature was the tall sail on its back. This structure likely helped regulate body temperature, allowing Dimetrodon to thrive in extreme environments. It dominated subtropical deserts and swamps, preying on amphibians and early reptiles. For a long time, Dimetrodon stood at the top of the food chain. The ancestors of mammals. Over time, a new group began to rise, the Therosops. At first small and inconspicuous, they gradually grew larger and more dominant. Bulky herbivores with tusks and beaks filled ancient forests. Giant carnivores ambushed prey with crushing jaws and saber-like teeth. Among them was Moscops, a massive plant eater weighing over 300 kilograms and armed with an incredibly thick skull. Males likely competed for mates by smashing their heads together, much like modern rams. These animals represented a critical transition toward the mammals of today. The end of a world. Just before the close of the Permian period, new creatures continued to emerge. Some would give rise to the earliest direct ancestors of mammals. But this world was nearing its end. The greatest mass extinction in Earth's history was approaching, an event that would erase nearly all life on the planet. And from the ashes of this ancient world, a new era would rise, the age of dinosaurs. Because in Earth's deep time, every world leaves behind the secrets of its existence.